Thank you, Governor McMaster. So great to be with my fellow govs. Once a gov, always a gov. And honestly, it is the experiences from being governor that I have in my backpack with me and that I bring to this office because, as you noted, I was governor during a time of huge economic challenge. And since this task force is about economic recovery and challenge, it's really near and dear to my heart. This never leaves you, these experiences. So I want to talk to you about the infrastructure negotiations that are underway in Congress. One thing that I didn't do much when I was governor was to negotiate with other countries on behalf of the US. I went on investment missions like you all have done. But now, in this role, I'm meeting with a lot of my counterparts, the secretaries of energy, the ministers of energy from other countries. And it is really true, as President Biden has noted, that they are watching us really carefully, us meaning us, the US, and democracy. Right now, we really are locked in this competition with autocracies around the world. And everybody is watching to see which model can actually solve problems and get things done in the face of these 21st century challenges. And of course, we all know autocracies are efficient, right? They don't have to deal with messy democracy. They're repressive. They got a huge number of problems. But you know what? If it passes, this bipartisan infrastructure framework that has been negotiated between Democrats and Republicans in Congress, it really shows that democracy works, that we can agree, Democrats and Republicans, on these historic investments that are going to make our country stronger and more competitive, that democracies really can challenge the theory that we can't get anything done. And so democracies can win. If this thing passes, I think it's a great symbol to the world. And it was really great to see the NGA support the bipartisan infrastructure package. Thank you for that. I can't overstate how important it is that your members of Congress continue to hear your voices over the next few weeks, because it's your leadership, obviously, that has inspired a lot of our national infrastructure priorities. And getting this to the president's desk is going to mean that, jobs are created and dollars are invested in your states and your territories. So some of you, for example, as Governor McMaster was noting, some of you have adopted policies that unleash this growing demand for electric vehicles, and that infrastructure package, as you know, would support that with 500,000 new charging stations across the nation. Some of you, all of you really, have been working for years to weatherize homes and bolster flood infrastructure, and the new package would dedicate billions of dollars to these resiliency efforts. It would make the largest investment in transmission in our nation's history, so that we can deliver clean and affordable and reliable electricity all the time, even in the face of climate impacts and in the face of cyber attacks. So it would allow us to expand capacity. It would allow us to address resiliency. It would allow us to make us more secure from cyber attacks. It would be, this package, the largest investment in public transit in our nation's history, the largest investment in rail since the birth of Amtrak. It would replace every lead pipe in the nation. I know Governor Whitmer, I don't think, is on, but it's not just Flint. It's y'all have cities that are of older housing stock or schools that are fed by lead service pipes, so that no child actually suffers from lead poisoning again. Of course, passing the rest of the president's Build Back Better agenda through reconciliation would do even more. I know that's controversial, but many of you have already committed, for example, to high percentages of clean electricity. And that's what we want to match in a federal clean energy standard, which is being worked on right now. Several of your states are home to these demonstration projects for emerging energy technologies, and there's more to be had from whether it's advanced nuclear to carbon capture. And the president has called for billions more in likewise similar demonstration projects that are going to help us get to net zero emissions. So the plan is really good for you all. It would retrofit more than 2 million homes. It would retrofit public buildings like schools and childcare facilities. It would make them more affordable and accessible and energy efficient and resilient. And of course, as we all really care about, it would create jobs. You know, I don't know if y'all are seeing those ads that are airing about about climate and jobs, but man, they're powerful because they're really true. They resonate because these are going to be good paying jobs in all pockets of the country. And we're going to make these investments in ways that increase good paying jobs, union membership, empower workers, not just jobs, but help launch high road careers for people. We're going to need workers to upgrade transmission lines. We're going to need workers to assemble the wind turbines and install the solar panels or the CCS equipment to build electric vehicles or batteries, extract the critical minerals necessary for those batteries, to plug oil and gas wells, to cap them from methane emissions, to build pipelines to carry sequestered CO2 or hydrogen, or mine for geothermal, or harness wave and tidal power, or to retrofit homes with energy efficient materials. So many kinds of jobs. It's just this once in a generation. We're lucky to be in these positions right now, just right now, because it's a once in a generation opportunity to build this clean and prosperous economy, and to do it together in a bipartisan way. And it recognizes, I think, that our competition is across the ocean and not within our own borders, that we have to work together if we want America to corner what is a $23 trillion global clean energy market. Those products are going to be made somewhere. You better believe it. And you better believe our economic competitors are going after it. And if we don't do it, if we sit by the side of the road and just watch it all go, we're going to continue to see the loss of good paying manufacturing jobs in this nation. We're going to continue to allow other countries to build up while we take ourselves down. And that is not going to happen. And that's why these investments are so critical for us all. I know it's ambitious, but it is achievable. And I think we can do it because you guys have shown that we can do this in your states and territories, often doing so in a bipartisan way at home too. So if you can show that these are ideas that Democrats and Republicans can and should agree on, that democracies can achieve anything they set their mind to, then maybe we can do this in Washington too. And that's why we really need your help. I know your voices just could not be more crucial over the next few weeks. So it's go time. I hope we can work together and let's get the job done and get these investments in our country for our people.